Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm John, or Sensaku, the executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our Patreons over at patreon.com/fsfilms, particularly our $25 tier supporters, who are Trivian Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and Elle, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of the things that we do. So thank you all very much for supporting us over the years, and thank you to those of you that are watching. And if you are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once
Ow.
again to Shadows of the Mountain, as I apparently murder my EP's ear. I'm Jack. I'm your storyteller for this World of Darkness Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle. I am joined this evening by Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Dakota. She is Lupus Uctana Galliard.
And Athena.
Hi, I'm Athena, and I'm playing Moriko, a Lupus the Urge of the Shadow Lords.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Alexandra Boxcar's Core, Metasphilodox Black Fury.
And William.
Hey, I'm William, and I'm playing Ingvar Ingvar Ironblood Ulfsdotter, the Hamid Geta Fenris Ar.
And Jeremy.
Hey, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Aiden Taylor, Hamid Philodox, Child of Gaia.
And Sensaku.
I'm Sensaku, and I'm playing Grania Firelight O'Connor, the Hamid Glasswalker Ragabash.
And Craig, who is technically here but had to step away for a minute, so he will be joining us whenever he gets a chance, playing Sal Mararo, the other Hamid Glasswalker Ragabash. And as always, special thank you to the Onyx Path, who provide us collaboration materials for this chronicle. You can get access to their upcoming Apocalyptic Record book pre-order at apocalyptic-record.backerkit.com/hosted_pre-orders. I'll pop the link in the chat, and it'll also be in the video description whenever this one goes up on YouTube. And as always, trans rights are human rights, Black Lives Matter, bodily autonomy is an inalienable human right, etc., etc. Other important statements to put. But when last we left the Denver region, the Wings Pack addressed Spider-Friar's actions somewhat and prepared the following morning to enter the Umbra. Grania, that morning, returned to Denver to retrieve some equipment she had stashed at home, while the rest of the pack began to familiarize themselves, with the local spiritscape and attempted to learn a number of new gifts from the inhabitants there. One thing of note was that a few miles east of their lodgings in the Real lies a massive cloud of spiritual radioactivity, seemingly contained via some unknown means, and not visible in the same way on the material side of the gauntlet. Wisely, however, the Wings decided to avoid that for the moment and instead began hunting down the teachers they needed. But first, we'll pick up with Grania's efforts in Denver just to clear up the bookkeeping before we get back to Ironblood and Spider-Friar, who have been confronted by a massive black bear spirit who seems to hold significant hostility from the ancient crimes of the Guru against the Werebear tribes. So, Grania, you drove this morning back down to Denver. Took you maybe 45 minutes commute and got back to your local area where your apartment and stuff is. Were you picking up things from just the apartment, or were you going to your storage unit, or what did you have going that way?
I was just going to my apartment.
Yeah.
I've already got the things I need from the storage unit. I don't need any more
Okay.
of it right now.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just going to my apartment. I'm going to pick up all the things that I left there, which are As soon as I find my notes. A sledgehammer, a trench gun, a few additional explosives that I have at my apartment that aren't in the storage unit.
Mhm.
And then my Kevlar vest and the spare Kevlar vest that I've got.
Of
Since
note,
Gotcha.
John, just a heads up, there is on break scrolling across the bottom of our screen right now.
oh yeah, I know why that's happening.
Thank you, Elle.
We appreciate you.
We are
I'll
emotionally
fix
on
that
break.
later. That's just that's a confusion of text. There's a reason why I normally have different things, but anyways. But yeah, so the things I don't normally carry with me, the two Kevlar vests, the sledgehammer, the trench gun,
Okay.
and anything else. And I'm just gonna intentionally dawdle because the player, don't know how that whole fiasco ended, but
Okay.
I know how it began. And that seems like a scenario that I want to stay away from for at least a night. Because that's not a situation I want to be involved in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Well, this is the following morning, so it has been overnight since the event. But
okay.
um,
Oh, did I not make it back that night, or is this the
no,
morning
you
following?
had to wait until the following morning before you were actually given permission to
Gotta
wander
roll
off by
Gotcha.
yourself.
though.
Yeah,
It's
there was
fine.
a lot of there was some tension regarding overt commands and direct instructions about leaving alone without
Yeah.
permission, kind of things. Yeah,
Like I said, the player,
but
don't know
dawdling
how
a
it
bit.
ended.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But dawdling a bit is allowable. As you're up there, there is a buzz for the access. Somebody's trying to ring through to your apartment.
I will check. Doesn't that typically call a phone?
Yeah, this has the old school intercom ones as well.
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
having not expected anyone, I will go over to the intercom,
Mhm.
hit the button. Hello.
Grania, you do not recognize the voice.
Who's asking?
Part of the GM pack.
Does that mean anything to me?
Go ahead and roll me intelligence and alertness, difficulty 7.
Intelligence, alertness. My greatest skills. Four successes.
4 is plenty. GM, you know there's a local pack that call themselves Gaia's Mercs that are part of the Sept.
They're part of the set locally.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do I know any of them personally, or do I know of them?
No, you just heard their name bandied around a little bit.
Did this person give his name?
No.
Just said he was from the GM pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll buzz him up.
Okay.
I'm going to buzz him up. I'm going to, just in case, put hide a small brick of C4 in a potted plant next to the door.
Okay. Is it rigged or is it just C4
No,
sitting there?
it's got the detonator on it, but it's not primed to anything because I don't need it to be primed to anything because I've got a gift for that.
Okay.
I don't have to have it set to any sort of trigger. I could just trigger it with my phone.
Right.
For a moment, I was shocked,
But
and then I realized
it's rigged, just not activated.
Yeah.
Basically, is
like,
what you mean.
not,
Okay.
There's no activation trigger set.
Right.
For a moment, I was shocked, and then I realized no, Aiden would expect nothing different of a Glasswalker Kragabash. That is entirely appropriate.
Give me a dexterity and crafts. Your specialty applies. Difficulty. You're trying to set something up fairly quickly.
Yeah, but I'm not. But I'm trying to set something up so that basically so that I can use my plug and play to exploit it rather than having
for sure.
else.
That'll be incorporated in. But difficulty 8 because this is explosives in a rush. That's not easy.
2 words you never want together.
I'm gonna spend a willpower for this.
Fair
Just so
enough.
you don't botch and blow yourself up. Excellent. Good choice. Good
Grania never
choice.
comes back.
Yeah,
success.
no, good choice.
One success. All right, enough. You got enough that it gets rigged up and you set it in the pot. Yep.
All I needed.
And eventually, there's a knock on the door.
Open it up.
And there are 2 figures standing there. One of them is a fairly tall black man, dreads, kind of a couple days scruff on his face, wearing kind of outdoor, not quite hiking clothes, but definitely sort of he's got a backwoods vibe to him. That's all you would really say.
Yeah.
And then there's also another individual, brown hair, kind of hazel eyes, and much fairer skin, who kind of leans up against the door. She's got a little bit of a slouch to her. And you can see she's got a little bit of scarring on her left cheek. How are you then?
Now that I see them, do I recognize either of these 2?
No, these are 2 strangers to you.
Okay. So still like hand on the door still. Like, one hand on the door, one hand on the frame. Like very intentionally using my body to block entrance into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just what time of year is it?
It's September.
Oh, just a brisk fall day. Taking in the sights, gonna go for a walk in the park later. Maybe see a dog, maybe pet a cat.
All right. Well, I'm Patch. This is Long Barrel. And
Sort of
here you've been spending time with some out-of-townies.
Yeah, a few rolled in. Being one myself, figured we hook up.
Where are y'all camped at then? Haven't seen you around the city.
Oh no, you haven't seen us around the city? I've been trying hard. We've been like sort of bar hopping halfway across Denver for like the past day and a half. And Grania smells like alcohol because she drinks whiskey all the time.
Give me a manipulation and subterfuge. Difficulty 6.
All I know is that there are people in the set that we don't want to know where we are, so.
Right. That's fair. That's fair.
What was it?
Manipulation and subterfuge, difficulty 6.
Two successes.
Okay, let's roll for them. Well, Long Barrel certainly doesn't know. And only one. All right then. So where are the rest of the lot staying then? Doesn't sound like you got any company here.
Oh no, I just stopped by to pick up a few essentials. You see,
Oh,
When
we
you're-
got action on the horizon. Y'all need any backup?
Oh no, nothing like that. It's just that an old flame kicked into town, and their ex is being a bit of an asshole. Figured we're gonna go scare him straight after everyone slept it off. We're heading up to the oh god damn, sorry, I'm new in town. There's it's on like the. So like very clearly trying to remember her geography of Denver.
Right. You see the one named Long Barrel just kind of put a hand very briefly on his companion's shoulder and then drop it back down, and they just wait.
Let's see. It's over up Hudson, I think it's called up 76 north out of town, northeast, I think.
So who's this ex's name then? Anybody we need to be keeping an eye out for?
The X is fine. It's the X's, it's the X's X that's the problem. But no, Blake and Shelton, just Shelton's a bit of a prick, Blake's fine. Blake's just, he's nice. You know what I mean? Nice. Not really. But
Blake
yeah.
and Shelton, you say?
Yeah. Look.
I hate you so much right now.
Yeah, Shelton's Blake's ex. Blake is my ex. So
You see Patch's nostrils flare for a second. Like she's taking a real deep breath. Well, all right then. Well, best of luck with your drama. If you need anything, have you been out to the Sept yet? I think. Yeah.
I've been out. They've been out too. Yeah. Why is there you want to is there someone you want to talk to? A message you want to pass?
Well, so the out of townies have been into the Sept already?
Yeah.
You can see her eyes going back and forth a little bit almost as she's rolling over facts in her mind.
And that one's not a lie.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Some of us, that is absolutely accurate.
I did not
The
say
majority
all.
of the out of townies, honestly.
All right. Well,
Only two of us not. Yeah.
swing on by.
There wasn't
If
only
you-
one out of townie? It's just Sal. Aiden's local originally.
Well,
Cousin, I no longer count as a local.
But you were.
All right. Well, it's good to hear you. Have some backup in town for whatever drama you've got your exes into.
Absolutely. Just sort of give her a grin. And
Long
wait.
Barrel, meanwhile, is standing there with his hands clasped behind his back, and he's just watching you. Just the
I'll
gaze
look up at
has
him.
not flinched once.
Look up at him, wink, and go, I mean, if you want a good time, I can call and tell him it'll be another 30 minutes or so. You're staring at the goods, I figured.
Oh,
And there's
we have to have a talk.
pause. He kind of just cocks his head just slightly. Like he's nowhere near as still as Moriko usually stands, but he's very, very quiet. Good to know. Well, you have a lovely rest of your day, darling. And Patch
too.
turns and the pair of them just walk out.
Bye-bye, nice talk. Closed door. And then after closed door, does the totem phone reach to wherever they're at?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, hey, over the totem phone. Hey, Aiden, Patch and Long Barrel mean anything?
Jack?
You know that they're members of Isabel's pack.
I'm assuming. So I was assuming so. In a lot
Yep.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Yep.
Mordecai know who those people are?
Yeah, you know that they're two
Yeah.
members of the Gaia's Mercs pack, and that is Isabel Brandt's pack as well.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
Why do you ask, Dranya?
Well, because I just had a very lovely talk with Patch and Long Barrel at the door to my apartment, a place I've never invited them to before.
Yep, that makes sense. Remember the one person I said we definitely want to steer clear of right now?
Mm-hmm.
They're with her.
Cool. Well, I told them that we were going to go deal with some ex-boyfriend drama up in Hudson. So, whether or not they believe me, who knows? But I told them that we've been sort of bouncing around the city doing pub crawls. So stay away from any pubs in the city.
Okay.
Aiden's like, oh no.
Fine.
Look, he just
That
said,
implies I can't get my own.
I was gonna say. And pubs is a narrower subsection of
Exactly.
the bar umbrella proper.
Oh,
so,
for sure. All right. Well, be careful. Be really careful.
Yeah, no, the Longborough one was eyeing me up like I was a fresh steak, so might take me a little while to get back.
Yeah, do your best to lose them. If you need anything, we are on the other side at the moment. But if you need help, let us know and somebody will get to you ASAP.
I think we had this conversation about how I'm literally the best person in this entire packet being not seen.
I understand that.
I'll be fine.
I get that, but that doesn't mean they can't track you, and a distraction could potentially help.
Yeah. No, I'll shout if I need it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, damn it, Craig left again. We were right there. Almost had it. Then we'll continue with Grania for a bit.
I think Craig will come back and leave again.
So what's your plan now?
Oh, there he is.
There is.
Hello.
Okay, well, set up your plan then. We'll return to Iron Blood and Spider Fryer.
I'll set up my plan.
Okay.
I'm Craig. I'm playing Sal Mararo. I apologize that I was absent.
Yeah, it's all good.
I do sometimes what Sal never does, which is think things through in my head before I say them. And I was about to say I was taking care of some daddy issues, and then I was like, nope, not that.
What a coincidence! So was I.
Some parenting issues.
Oh my god.
But I think back now.
Yep. Okay. So you and Ingvar, the pair of you two, are facing down a 25-ish foot.
Yeah.
Inky
Facing
black
up,
furred. Yeah, that's true. Bear spirit up on hind legs, massive claws, drool coming out the mouth. It's your standard Disney terrifying nature movie shot.
And I had established this after we went off air last session, but the first thing that Ingvar did when the bear made its presence known was drop to a knee. In the very obvious stance of I am not here to challenge you or pick a fight.
Okay.
And it had started by saying something.
It said
spirit
yep,
speech,
mm-hmm.
correct?
Why? Yes. Marked you both as Guru, slayers of the Gural, and asked why you were here.
That's right. I wanted to roll to see if I know in character about, the not great stuff.
That is an intelligence. Do you have dots in occult?
I sure do.
Okay, intelligence and occult, difficulty 7.
I should roll to see if Ingvar knows more than just that we fucked them over and it was a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7.
Yeah, the real question is, does Sal have points in intelligence? I got 1 success.
Yep. So Sal, you know that during the War of Rage, which was a big deal in the mists of time, the Gural or the Werebears were the first target of Guru aggression in this massive war between primarily the Guru and the rest of the changing breeds.
As I think I established a few episodes back, Sal pays attention to the Galliards so that way he can tell more shaggy dog jokes.
Right. Ingvar, you know that the Geralt themselves, this is obviously a spirit, so not a werebear, but the werebears proper, while they are very capable of battle, they were Gaia's healers.
They were a peaceful folk, and we ruined them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Mm-hmm. Bad times.
Do I have a sense, probably with not one success, but do I have a sense of the Glasswalkers' role in that combat, or the
Glasswalkers did not exist at that time? They were they
were the warders.
They were the
No,
Iron Riders.
They were not the Iron Riders yet. I don't think.
No, they're not.
They were the warders of man at that point.
Yeah, they were just the warders.
Yeah. So there has been evolution in the tribe over time. But some of the underlying, you don't have any idea as far as the specifics of what your tribe did during the War of Rage or regarding the Geralt specifically, though.
Okay. All right. Sal sort of will put up his hands like this, and then out of the corner of his mouth will turn, realize Ingvar isn't there, look down, and then out of the corner of his mouth go, how do you want to play this one, Xena?
Very peacefully, and I would appreciate it if you could translate as faithfully as you can.
Sure.
And so she will look up at the guru and say, "My name is Ingvar Freya Ulfsdotter, and I have come to ask a modicum of your strength and fortitude, and to do what I can to redress the ancient and still quite heavy balance between my people and Bear and his children."
Just an answering growl that comes out of the throat.
Without the translation, or just in response to
that? Before the translation comes across.
All right. And then Sal, in spirit speak, says, "Good afternoon. This here is Ingvar Freya Ulfsdotter. I'm Sal Spider-Friar Moraro. I'm here just as a go-between. Ingvar here would like to draw from your strength and fortitude, and is here to make an offering and make amends."
What amends can you bring?
What are you offering?
I bring 3 offerings for now, as little as that may be. Within the real, I have a stone carved with my lineage and an effigy of Bear that I would be willing to place in a shrine of your choosing to honor yourself and my willingness to try and do well by you. I also bring an offering of Gnosis to offer to you as an individual spirit, and I would be willing to do whatever favor you ask as Chiminage.
You are still muted, Greg.
I think I may have muted myself instead of unmuting myself. I apologize. All right, so Ingvar has got 3 things that she's laying on the table here. She's done a carving of you and your kind back in the material world. It is a, if I may say, damn fine likeness. I think it would really do you proud. Second, she of course is offering some of that sweet juicy Gnosis that you spirits love so much. And third, is offering any favor, or he stops and then back out of spirit speech. Wait, what you said favor? Like what was it in the material world as Chiminage?
a favor of their choice as chiminage, and also place the effigy as a shrine at a place of their choosing.
Oh yeah. So a favor of your choice as chiminage, and also that real great carving I mentioned will also be set up at a place of your choice as a shrine to you.
There's a little bit of a pause. Have Sal roll me charisma and expression.
Fuck.
Difficulty. You could also do etiquette if you have more of that.
Take a fucking guess, Jack. Could it be manipulation?
Nope. Charisma and either expression or etiquette, difficulty 7.
All right, both of the same difficulty, because I do have 1 point in each. It's just all of his etiquette is mob related etiquette.
And what is he doing if not mob with a bear? Come on.
I didn't say Russian mob. Jesus.
Do you want to spend a willpower on this?
I mean, yeah,
Ingvar spend
I
a willpower
totally-
on this
I
because
totally
she's
do.
the one offering.
But she's not the one talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually checking to see if I still have any left after you all. Oh no, actually, I did get some back last time. Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, you should have gotten some back last time, I think.
Had at least a rest.
Let's see. Okay, so charisma and expression difficulty 6 or 7. I'm sorry.
7.
All right. And spending a willpower. 3 successes.
3 successes. All right. Spirit will need to roll Gnosis. With 4 successes, I want each of you to describe what the spirit is probably perceiving. If that was a wits and empathy roll on each of you at this point, with 4 successes, what would the spirit be reading off of each of you?
Ingvar is fully sincere. She knows that there is an ancient and old blood price to pay, and knows that she can't fully redress the balance by herself, but willing to do the best that she can to do whatever part she can to try and do anything to try and redress that balance.
Okay. And for Sal?
Sal is weirdly more focused on Ingvar than on the bear. So almost more worried about Ingvar than the bear. Not from fear, but certainly if there's a focus, an emotional focus here, it's on Ingvar and not on the bear. And Sal is being, I think, coming across as being genuine and sincere, and also very unfamiliar with that.
Okay. There's a moment's pause.
Like he's Sal would normally be approaching this as a swindle, and is very definitely not, but is also like, that makes him uncomfortable.
And then suddenly the bear begins to drop down on all 4s, and you guys can both feel the impact on the ground as this massive hulking shape drops down to quadruped.
Is this it? I'm picturing this being in I'm no longer threatening, but just to be clear, this isn't aggressive, right? This is a resumption of a more.
You can try and interpret that if you want.
I would very much like to.
That would be in this case, perception and animal ken, difficulty 7. If you don't have any dots in animal ken, that is increased by 1, so it would bump it up to 8.
I can roll perception and animal ken.
I definitely do not.
I do. You said difficulty 7?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I got a success.
Hey, very good.
I also got a success.
Yep. Initially, you're not sure, but as the bear spirit's paws hit the ground, the fur does seem to relax somewhat. It's no longer bristling around the shoulders nearly as much, and the head isn't. It's dropped down, and you can see the nostrils sort of flaring. And you can hear just a massive amount of umbral air rushing in and out as this thing breathes heavily, trying to catch your scent, and then begins to pad gradually, kind of in a little bit of a curve, not really getting much closer to you. You've probably got about 10 yards between the pair of you and it.
Okay. As it starts to come down, before that demeanor and intent clarifies, Ingvar's still on her knees.
Well, on a knee, yeah.
On a knee. Sal sort of steps protectively in front of Ingvar, and then realizing that this is not an attack, will kind of step back to the side, like still sort of staying in front, but no longer obscuring Ingvar's view.
The fury of the Garou is known to my kind, not always welcomed. If you are honest and can prove such, perhaps.
And then, with a little bit of a pause, there's just another heavy impact as the bear sits down.
Okay.
And kind of does that bear thing where the back legs splay out a little bit and the front ones are in between.
Sal conveys that word for word as it's said, just sort of quietly out of the corner of his mouth.
Then Ingvar will sort of walk up to like a respectful distance from the bear, but still like close enough for conversational, and also sits down.
The ears twitch a little bit, and then the nose flares once more.
Okay, I guess we're doing this. Sal walks over and will sit, sort of forming a triangle between the three of them.
Okay.
You will go to the top of the highest mountain that is closest to where we stand. There you will place your shrine.
All right, convey that again as it's coming out.
She nods. I will do this.
For the next half cycle, anytime you have a choice, you will choose whatever heals this area.
How long is a half cycle out of game?
Roughly 2 weeks.
Okay.
Half a lunar cycle.
Half a lunar cycle, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if when Sal conveys that, she will nod again.
Yeah, there's no delay. Sal is doing that side of it. He's doing contemporaneously. When he's translating for Ingvar, he's letting Ingvar finish.
Okay.
Now I will taste of the gnosis you bring and impart my knowledge to you.
How much gnosis can I offer at once?
You can offer as much as you want.
Cool. I will give 4 out of my 5.
Okay. The transfer of Gaian energy is completed. And then the bear spirit reaches out with one paw. You're able to communicate which gifts you're looking for.
Yeah, which is razor claws and wearing the bear shirt.
Yep. As it reaches out, one of the claws touches your cheekbone and just begins to drag down the face. You can feel the flesh tear.
She doesn't flinch.
Stream of blood. And then on the other, right where the tattoos are, he's following those lines.
Sal shifts a little, but sees that there's no response from Ingvar and settles back down.
Right. And as the blood begins to drip down and collect on your chin, the bear's paw comes out and begins to catch the drops on that same claw. And these claws are almost 8-9 inches long a piece. And they've got that deep groove inside that begins to catch the fluid. And then he holds that claw out.
Drink of your life's blood.
She will do that. She leans forward and just drinks from the pooling of her own blood.
And with that, you can feel the spiritual knowledge begin to effuse your body. And you have access to both those gifts.
I offer my sincerest thanks and will set to these tasks with all of the vigor that I can muster. And I know that this will by no means redress the ancient balance, but I will do what I can to do my part.
See that you do, Fenrisborn.
And the bear spirit rises, and that bulk just begins to roll back into the woods. At which point, both of you notice there are a number of other spirits in this little space between the trees that are perched up in branches, hiding in the underbrush of the umbra here. Apparently, this is something that was witnessed by more than just the three of you.
But that was a real big fucking bear.
Yes, he was.
You met one of those before?
Not of that size.
Gotta be honest, I usually deal with city spirits, so they're real fucking big, like the size of a building, or they're real small.
Well, size isn't everything.
Who said it? I'll look around.
Extra voice.
And you see this fox spirit just kind of licking a paw, having skulked out of the underbrush and looking up at you.
Hey, how you doing?
Nah, it depends. What brings y'all here, and do you got enough to spread around? I see you're mighty generous.
Well, my friend certainly is, and it just so happens I came here to make some business deals, and you, my friend, it's your lucky day.
I am afraid I am nearly tapped on spiritual essence.
That's all right. That's all right.
To pay off as much as I could.
Are you? Listen, friend. Give me just one quick second. I will make it worth your while if you stick around for me. All right.
I'm willing to listen to a bargain. Sure.
And I'll
Is this person speak? Is this spirit speaking common speech or spirit
Yeah,
speech?
he's speaking English. Yeah.
Does it sound like? Because you're using the same accent. Does it sound like Will?
It sounds similar, but it doesn't sound like the same voice. No.
Okay, it's just similar regional.
Similar accent,
kind of
right? Similar regional accent, but yeah, no, definitely not the same being.
Yeah.
Sal will turn around and say, actually, it just so happens, unsurprisingly, I was looking for a fella that matched this particular description. I get it that you're tapped. I am certainly not asking any more out of you. That was a hell of a thing. Why don't you sit, get a little rest? Let me go talk to Mr. Bernard over here, and I'll be right back.
She nods. Go ahead.
Hey, you want a drink? He pulls a flask out of a pocket.
How did you bring that?
Oh, he's dedicated.
Fair enough. Yes, I'll take a drink.
Now I don't know. Does the stuff in? It's not a fetish. It's just a dedicated flask. Does the alcohol come?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Otherwise, it'd be amazing.
Right. Yeah.
Use your emotional support
Splash.
flask. Just
Cross
nothing
over
in
and
it,
just-
but you can hold it.
Yep.
I mean, in fairness, that would make like cell phones really, really fucked up once you got there and
Right.
it's just the shell.
The case, right? Yep.
all the circuitry inside just falls out.
Yep.
Little play phone, like what you give to kids.
Right.
Like you only dedicated the hilt of the sword, and so like the blade just vanishes.
Well,
What
is
this
useless.
means is that we need to get a crate about yay big by yay big dedicated to somebody in the pack. And then we can just bring whatever over we want.
A
Not how
dedicated
that
travel
works.
chest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
right,
enough.
How that works.
Yeah, I think there is a thing.
The flask is conceptual, and
Yes,
therefore its contents are allowed to
absolutely.
bring it along as long as they are something one would anticipate in a flask.
It has whatever that local bourbon was that I looked up. when we
Okay.
first got
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
Sal has attempted to go local, so it's a nice, vaguely sort of like gun smoky bourbon.
The fox
And
spirit
then-
is now chewing on his tail, like when it's
Yeah,
itchy.
and I will, as long as Ingvar looks okay, Sal will head over to the fox. So
What are we looking for?
Well, I got a feeling there that you might already have an idea, but somebody in my particular line of work, I might go so far as to say our line of work, has a need from time to time to make folks see the world in a certain way. And I've been given to understand you might be able to help me with that.
Oh, you're looking for the liar's face, aren't you?
Is that the one?
It sounds similar enough to what you're looking for. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get. Hold on a second. I don't want to get huckstered into the wrong gift.
Would I do that? I would.
Yes, you would.
absolutely would.
We're playing a
Do now, Jack. Do I need to say the name? Because I would rather not.
You can give me
If you want me to, I will.
You can lean down and whisper, and you don't have to necessarily say it out loud for everybody to hear.
Okay, yeah.
You-
It's obscure the truth is what
Right.
I'm looking
Mhm.
for.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I think I could give you a hand with that one, but you're gonna have to give a little something for me.
Well, of course, I always figured that's part of the bargain. I
All right.
brought a little gymnast to just show respect, and he pulls out a brochure for Glam Bro and says,
no.
I will offer this to
You
you.
dedicated a Glambro brochure?
I mean, you never know. You always got to be prepared to sell. And we'll put it down and said, a little something for your review. Consider it my resume, if you will. I think if you look through, you might get a sense of what I'm all about.
And those are like a trifold brochure, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like
Kinda-
glossy paper brochure.
Kind of noses at it a little bit. Let me see if he can actually get it open.
I refuse.
No, I will open it. I will open it for him.
Okay.
And then Sal has also
Well, much obliged, sir. No thumbs makes things a little awkward.
I mean, and he did, to be clear, Sal did that before he had to nuzzle.
Okay, gotcha.
Sal gets the whole. He is human and he has dealt with being in lupus form and fucking hates it. So he will help as often as he can. And I said, just a little something of how I use creative possibilities to bring aid to my pack, and often when I can spread it around to people who might need the assistance, taken from I give to the poor and take from the stupid kind of thing.
Well, I can't exactly say that conflicts with my nature in any significant manner. How's about this then?
you're going to give me a little bit of an ante, and then we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a wager. Because if you're going to be good at what you're trying to be good at, you need to be able to pick out what's good from what ain't. So you are going to give me some of that sweet, sweet Gaian energy, and then we are going to play two truths and a lie. And if you can catch me out in at least 3 tries, then we'll have ourselves a deal.
All right, sounds good.
How many gnosis are you giving?
Do I have any sense what would be appropriate?
Not really, no.
I'm going to offer 3.
Okay. So he just kind of licks your...
No, wait. I'm sorry. Does anything bad happen if you zero out on Gnosis?
No, you just don't have any magic gas in the tank, really.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yep.
It's not like you can't regain it.
No.
It's harder than... Okay.
Yeah.
It's only if you lose, I think, both Gnosis and Rage. Or
I think if you're... If,
there's
I think
a
if you
weird
go,
combination of those.
If you lose Gnosis and Rage entirely both, then you can't shift for a while.
You lose the...
I'm good on Rage.
Yeah, so he'll just lick across your knuckles and drink up that Gnosis.
Okay.
So go ahead and mark that off. And then he sits down and stares you dead in the eyes without blinking. All right. Try number 1. First, there is nothing actually worm wrong with one of your friend's enemies. Second, the native guardians in the local Umbra hereabouts hold a number of fetishes of great worth. And then third, he kind of squints at you just a little bit. Someone you have recently met is not at all who you think they are. And then he sits back and waits for you to guess.
I think I, as a player, have a guess.
Okay.
Is there anything mechanical you want me to do?
You can go ahead and roll wits and empathy.
All right.
See if
I
you can
will.
get any
I
extra
will
info.
tell you. I will tell you what Sal is thinking, at least.
Okay.
Or at least what I am thinking for Sal.
Okay.
The first one is definitely true, because we have a fuck ton of enemies, and law of statistics indicates they can't all be worm touched. And the third one is almost certainly true, because I got thrown 6 fucking miles by Will. So I think it's the second one. I think these guys, the Guardians and the Umbra, ain't holding shit.
Give me a wits and empathy, difficulty 6 then.
Okay. I will spend a willpower on this, though.
Sure.
3 successes.
3 successes. I'm going to see how his deception roll goes. Oh, whoops. No, not a pool mod of 6. Difficulty 6.
Damn.
Your guess is coming out correct. So you guess for the first one?
Well, I think the first one is true, and I think the third one is true. So I think the second one is a lie.
All right. As far as Sal's concerned, that does seem to be the accurate analysis.
All right. Should I totem phone a friend? That seems to go against the nature.
No, you're good. So this is, and remember, you've got 3 chances at this.
Okay.
So if Sal guesses the second one,
yeah,
the fox.
So Sal, and Sal will, I think, share that. He'll say,
okay,
in much the same way I just did. We'll say, so my guess is that buddies around here in the Umbra ain't holding shit.
Oh, that was a mighty nice try, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to say you're wrong on that one.
Damn. All right.
Round number 2. A famed king of the Garou nation once quested in these lands.
A what?
A famed king of the Garou nation once quested in these lands.
Okay.
These outsiders around here are actually less of a threat than they appear. There are some secret glens in the Umbra hereabouts that hold some of Gaia's hidden power.
All right. Can I make an occult roll, or what would that be to see if I know about any famed kings?
That would be intelligence and etiquette, or intelligence and trying to think if there's a secondary one for that. What would be basically a history roll around here?
It's not a cult?
Yeah, you could make a cult for that. I would say so. It's guru related. It's kind of
theoretically, academics would be sort of also history. If you
Yeah.
want to apply that.
I'll bring Sal's massive academic knowledge to bear.
He's been putting in the library time.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's, I'm sorry, intelligence and occult difficulty what?
Difficulty 7.
How's your enigmas, Sal?
I have 1.
Not any better than anything else.
It's actually, I have 2 in occult. I have 1 in enigmas. Damn, 0.
Yep. Yeah, no, none of the, like, you've heard that there's like kings and stuff. Definitely some of the Silver Fangs have called themselves kings at times, but no names are really coming to mind.
Can I do something similar for the Glens to see if I heard anything or know anything about the secret Glens?
So that'd be intelligence and occult. Excuse me, difficulty 6.
Okay. 3.
The main thing you know, a glen is a theurge and umbral term for a small area that is usually hidden or very difficult to get to or find. Generally much more suffused with the energy of the wild than the rest of the Umbra currently is. You don't know of any in the area. If you had to guess on how to find one, that is usually ask a theurge.
Okay. It was not.
You do know as well, one other thing with 3 successes, you do know as well, there are plenty of big areas of the Umbra that just, there aren't any glens, just aren't.
Okay. It was not against the terms of this agreement that I couldn't ask somebody else, right?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
Not explicitly stated.
Okay, over the totem phone, Sal goes, hey, any of you natives know if there's any glens around here in the Umbra?
Would Mordecai know that?
Mordecai can give me Mordecai and Aiden can both give me intelligence and occult. Difficulty 7.
I'm good at those.
Having been just like a few feet away, just relaxing with a drink, have I been hearing all of the questions being asked?
You've been hearing the, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, the goal was not to let that conversation be heard. I'm not saying that you might not be hearing it, but the goal was to take it far enough away.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
Never mind then.
Well, also spirit speech anyways.
He is speaking English.
Yeah, the fox is speaking
English.
English.
This little asshole is speaking English.
Yeah, Mordecai got 3.
2.
You guys have both heard of them and being hidden throughout the Front Range. So that there would be some in this area would not be would not strain the bounds of possibility.
Maybe.
It could be. Yes.
Thanks. I think that first one's a lie. I think there probably is some kind of famous person, but probably not a king, maybe a queen or something else.
0 for 2, my friend.
You didn't want to ask for that one? Oh, no.
I was going to say, like, the most obvious one was, why would the outsiders around here be less dangerous? If anything, they're more dangerous than they seem.
Because it might be the thing that they're looking for is the real danger. That was my
but
line
they're not less
Fair.
dangerous than they appear.
The decision's already made, gang. I can't go back.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, no.
It's just oh no.
Questions answered.
I wanted to find out if anybody knew the king.
I mean,
All
I'm
right.
just going to assume it was Albrecht and just leave it there, but
All right. Last chance, one for all the marbles. The mountains bury a great evil that can reach even to the surface. The servants of the worm swarm in a spiral very nearby. The outsiders are hunting for material power. Consider well.
All right, over the totem phone this time, Sal goes, okay, so who wants to play some local trivia?
what is this about, Sal?
It's a
Are you in a
discussion
bar
with the
again?
spirit. It's a discussion with the spirit, and I gotta get him right. That's just I want to do better than last time. So
What kind of spirit?
a fox spirit.
Oh my.
Noted.
All right.
Ask.
So I got to figure out which one of these is a lie. We got the mountains bury a great evil that could reach to the surface. That there's some black spirals around here,
Wouldn't surprise
or
me.
that the outsiders, those folks down at the mining camp, are hunting for material power.
That one's the lie.
Gut, is it? What? Yeah, that's my gut.
My money's on 3. They're not. They wouldn't be looking for money in this case.
Well, I didn't say monetary.
I understand. They wouldn't. Yeah, sorry. To be clear, they wouldn't be.
That's my gut as well. But I just, thought I'd turn this into a team building exercise.
I
There
wouldn't.
is
I couldn't
definitely a
think of
black
any.
spiral.
Yeah,
I can confirm that.
Well, the question is it a black spiral or is there a fucking hive around here? Those are 2 very different things.
Yeah.
Did he ask you for a hive?
No, I mean it could be interpreted either way. So if the answer to either one of those is yes, then that one could be true. That one is true.
That is a legitimately terrifying thought that I can't realize I didn't think of before now, as a side note.
You don't think there's a hive of black spirals literally everywhere you go?
No, I don't.
Can I roll?
Wish
Is
I was
there
in
any
your
roll
brain.
that I can make to see if this is the kind of bullshit of like the first one could be the mountains bury a great evil that can't reach the surface without help. So the first one would technically be a lie.
You can give me another wits and empathy.
All right.
Can Mordico roll anything for the history of this area that would give her any idea whether or not the set at least would know if there was a massive evil that had been here at some point in Guru history?
You could give me an intelligence and occult, difficulty 8 actually on this one.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you said, what was it? What was the first
Intelligence and occult,
one? Oh,
difficulty 8.
intelligence and occult.
Yeah.
Selected the wrong one.
All right. And wits and empathy for Sal.
Yeah, 2.
2. You're feeling like your gut is correct. You're feeling like that third one is probably your best bet.
Right.
Yep. Oh, Mordico doesn't know anything.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, no, Mordico, your knowledge of the history, I mean, your father digs deep into the specifics, but honestly, for that level of history, you would probably need to talk to a Nuktena or a Wendigo, most likely. Yep. All right, Sal.
I'll tell you, Red, I gotta go with option 3 again.
And there he is. That's the one I was waiting to see.
Hey,
All right, hold your hand out to me here. We'll get you set up with what you're looking for.
you got it. I'll hold out my left hand.
All right, and he bites you really hard and runs away laughing. But you have the gift you were after.
Excellent.
After a few moments of silence. So those seem to be relevant bits of information. Can you tell us which ones were accurate?
Oh yeah, so that one, the material one, was wrong. The other ones were correct. So there's definitely some spirals around. There might be a whole den. So I guess watch your step. The mountains bury a great evil that could come up through the surface. Also, I made it a point to hold out through the first 2 rounds of questioning so I could get the most answers possible. So what I learned from the first two is that it's
Lies. I don't think
The thing is, legitimately, I can't tell if that's a lie or not. That may have been that is a totally self thing.
Why'd you ask us then?
well, I asked you on the third one, and I
Yeah.
just wanted to have better information on that second one because I didn't know so much about Glenn's.
I mean,
So,
fair.
There was a famed king who went on an expedition here. We know that for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Oh, can
And,
Mordecai now roll to see if she knows who that is?
Yeah, go ahead and
Yeah,
give me intelligence and occult or intelligence academics.
I'll try that one as well.
Oh, difficulty what?
Difficulty, what did I say it was last time? 7, I think.
7.
Yeah.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Mhm.
And Aiden?
1.
1. You guys both know 2 king names, most recent ones in this continent anyway. You've got Jonas Albrecht
Uh-huh.
and Jacob Morningkill,
Mm-hmm.
who was his grandfather, I believe.
Right.
So Jonas Albrecht is Mordecai, you've done a little bit of study. Both of them are out of New York. Mordecai, you know that Jacob Morningkill supposedly went crazy and then got murdered.
Silver Fangs.
Silver Fangs, yeah. Jonas Albrecht seems to be a little more baseline, and the term king is not. It's not like Jonas Albrecht could show up at any cairn across the United States and just start ordering people around. It's not that level monarchy, but
It's something the Silver Fangs pay a lot of attention to.
it's something the Silver Fangs definitely pay a shit ton of attention to, and it's something that definitely has merit and carries weight with it.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's a government of and laws and stuff like that every guru is going to adhere to in the same way that, generally speaking, there's not much of an argument as to who the head of state of the United States is, generally speaking. This is a little more up for debate.
The 2 states, the 2 states are equally functional.
So yeah, those are the names that you guys can think of. There have been other kings of the Guru Nation and queens, and some women that called themselves king, and a couple men who called themselves queens of the Guru Nation, which were, times.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's always been some level of authority structure. These are just the 2 names that you can think of.
Mhm.
And the other thing I found out for sure is that the Umbral Guardians around here are fucking strapped. So just watch out. They are carrying all sorts of powerful fetishes.
I mean, considering
Specify
what's,
Intelligence and occult on that as well.
Yeah.
considering what's supposedly
what was
buried
that?
down here.
That'd be intelligence and occult difficulty 6, because this is kind of a real
Jesus.
baseline
Oh,
one.
6? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
6?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
Whoops.
That's much better.
3 as well.
What the fuck does a spirit need a fetish for?
Right?
Yep. I was to say.
Why the fuck? Okay, that's weird.
That's concerning.
That is concerning. I did not know that.
Okay, you know those things for sure.
Yeah, I know those for sure because those are the ones we played some Two Truth and a Lie, and those are the ones that I entered my guess on as being the lies, and so they were confirmed as true.
Okay.
So, given the nature of the game, I couldn't get more out of it than that being the case. But like I said, the other one, the outside is hunting for material goods. We all figured that was the lie. That was
Right.
the lie. But
Out,
those
out-
2 we know are true.
outside of those 2, is there any other fun tidbits of information you gleaned?
Nothing that I can say for sure is true or a lie. But yeah, and he will share the other
Right.
things that were the guesses.
So
Okay.
I mean, on that second question, one of those, like those two remaining questions that you didn't ask on negate each other, because if the enemy is not less dangerous than they seem, what they're digging for, which is probably the secret stores of Gaian power, is what makes them more dangerous.
Or
Might be. Well, they
I
might be
feel
paying for
like
that.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like odds are they're digging for whatever great
under the
evil
mountain,
is
potentially.
unlocked under the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the exact wording? I realize I'm hung up on this, but what was the exact wording of the spiral thing?
Servants of the worm gather in a spiral near here.
Yeah, but does Sal remember that exactly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
just
was
whatever
gonna
Sal
say.
remembers that
I was
is.
gonna say that'd be intelligence and
I was
alertness
gonna ask
difficulty
if I can
6.
roll.
Yeah.
Sal's not a detail guy.
Truth.
It's very, very much not a detail guy.
What am I rolling?
Intelligence and alertness difficulty 6.
All right. One of those I'm okay on.
One success is enough. It was a short phrase and it's only been like a couple minutes.
Fair.
The servants of the worm
Sal's
swarm
sweating
in a
bullets.
spiral very nearby.
Don't
Sorry, it was the
underestimate-
servants of the worm
Swarm
swarm.
in a spiral very nearby.
Two don't swarm.
Oh no, that's a fucking hive.
That's a hive.
Yeah,
That's a fucking problem.
Which also, by the way, would be why the enemy is not as powerful as they appear. Would be bullshit.
No, that, and I'm gonna be honest, that probably explains why you're gonna that probably explains why. Sorry, I'm looking through my notes and I can't find the silver fan, the elder who is
Gray
missing.
Snow.
Gray. That probably explains why Gray Snow is missing.
Oh,
Oh
Grace Snow's
no!
not
Oh
missing.
no!
What?
Sorry,
Or
the
no,
one-
no,
the people who went missing.
no.
Excuse
The
me.
pack. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Talons of Talon of Heavens.
Yeah.
That's
mhm.
probably why Talon of Heaven is missing.
What was the questions from that first one again?
Someone you know, he related. So someone you know is not who they say they are. The one that he
And-
guessed that was wrong was that that the spirits are strapped, that the spirits carry a bunch
Right.
of secrets, and then
And-
the other one,
to be fair, I guessed that they didn't.
yeah, and that was the question that you guessed
Yeah.
that was wrong. That you
one of his friend's enemies is not actually
worm tainted.
worm tainted, basically.
So, Aiden, what are the odds that the person that wants you dead walks for the worm?
Very low.
You sure?
I'm not saying 0.
Because
So
one of the people that you
specific-
met recently
just-
isn't what they appear. Seems pretty easy to say that's probably true. And if the second guess was false, what was also true?
Hold on a sec. Jack was rereading us what the
Mhm.
exact word.
So the exact wording was, there is nothing actually worm wrong with one of your friend's enemies.
I believe that.
The way that sentence is structured says that there's someone who should be worm wrong who's not actually.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
But if that's the lie, then
Well,
it
I
would
mean,
be an enemy that you wouldn't suspect of being worm wrong, wouldn't it?
No, if that's the lie, then someone who seems like they're worm wrong is as worm wrong as they seem.
Okay.
Could be either one, to be
no,
honest.
That
look,
first statement is difficult to specifically interpret. Yes.
Also, we got a lot of enemies.
I mean, yeah.
The chances that one of them is worm tainted, pretty fucking good.
Yeah. My question is, what if it's one
yes.
that we're not expecting to be?
Why not just expect
Why-
everybody to be worm tainted?
Who?
I mean, I generally do, but Aiden over
There you
here
go.
doesn't expect it, apparently.
That's no. There's a difference between worm tainted and fall into the worm. Worm tainted
And that is where
fi-
we are going to take a
okay.
break.
We're back in just a few minutes. If you're watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story.
Okay. So with some gifts acquired now, we are going to pivot briefly back to Grania to determine. So how long is Grania going to hang out before she decides to make an exit?
Well, now I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait 30 minutes.
Okay.
After they leave. So bear in mind that the next series of events, whatever conversations Grania has dipped into on the totem phone, has been during the series of events.
Okay.
So, and also, I am not... Grania is assuming, regardless of what she sees or hears, that she is being watched.
Okay.
Because that's just that's the assumption that she is going to make in order to make the best decisions that she can as far as not leading crazy psycho bitch to Aiden.
Okay.
So,
all right.
30 minutes.
You wait about a half an hour.
Grab my stuff, head down, get into my blazer, throw the bag in the passenger seat, crank it up, begin driving.
Okay.
I'm going to put my phone on like a little holder there, and I'm going to dial a callback number, or a dial back number, which is basically a number that you dial, and then 5 minutes later it'll call you back, and you can answer it. So I dial a dial back number. It doesn't go through. Close the phone.
Right.
5 minutes later, it calls me back.
Right.
It's an empty line. I am just having a conversation with myself at this point as I talk to the phone for about 10 minutes while driving. While I'm doing that, I am driving. I am getting on to. I'm basically going from my apartment. I'm getting on to 76.
Okay.
So I guess that's actually from where I'm at. I'm probably gonna get on 25 north. Take that up to 76.
Headed towards Hudson, I assume.
Headed towards Hudson.
Okay.
I am going to, while driving, I'm going to activate. First, I need to read something really quick. What is the if it is at all explained? What is the distance limitation or complexity limitation on plug and play?
I believe you have to be able to see the thing that you're trying to activate.
But do you have to be able to see it while it is doing the task you are using it for? Like, for the entire time?
Yes.
Okay. That makes this a little bit difficult. But do you have to be able to... Do you have to be able to see it with your eyes?
I'm going to say yes.
Damn it. Then how did we do the jukebox shit?
Because it was a jukebox that was connected that you could see.
Hang on. I'm pulling up my thing. I should have pulled up my rules earlier, but I was distracted by physical pain.
It can do that.
Yeah. It often does. What page is that? It's in the core book, isn't it? Plug and play.
Plug and play. Plug and play is on page 183.
What I'm getting is that it has to be in line of sight, even if you're not directly looking at it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, because all it does means that any computer you use is compatible with other digital devices, regardless of obstacles. It doesn't immediately give you control. It just means you can use whatever computer you're accessing to affect whatever other computer you're trying to get to. So I would say you don't necessarily have to have line of sight, actually, now that I'm looking at what the actual gift says. Yeah, no, you can. It just means you can use whatever hardware you have access to attempt to interface with whatever else you're trying to.
Okay. So I'm going to pull up. I'm actually going to grab. I'm going to pull up a basically like a control, like a a digital controller on my phone. While I'm still after this conversation is done. So I finish the conversation, grab the phone off the thing, still driving, pull up a digital control, and I'm going to activate plug and play, connecting my phone and that controller to the car, to the Blazer.
Okay.
Basically turning the Blazer into a remote control car.
Okay.
So let me activate that real quick.
Well, what year is your Blazer?
Doesn't matter.
It does if the Blazer doesn't have technology in it that is able
my 85 Blazer that is 10 years older than me
regardless
has a
of
computer in it.
obstacles such as different operating systems, lack of physically compatible access ports, or even complete absence of any means of receiving or interpreting a wireless signal.
Right. But just because your car has a computer doesn't mean that computer is capable of driving the car in all manners and facets.
I think we addressed this in season 1. Athena, I think out of all of us watched it most recently. Was Sal able to drive his car with plug and play in season 1?
I believe that was actually ruled as not possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then.
So yeah, you can't remote control a car.
Yeah, that was something
unless
that
it
Sal
has
tried
a
to do as well.
system designed for that already installed in it.
It basically
On
just
or
means
off,
it basically just means you turn your phone into a remote access point to the computer systems, not you know.
Actually, never mind then. In that case, I'm going to very suddenly pull off onto a nearby exit.
Okay.
As if I've been called to a different location. And I'm going to, let's see. I'm just looking through this map here while I'm doing this. So I'm going to pull off around the intersection there of 25 to 76. I'm going to head to the Comfort Inn at Denver Central, which is on East 56th and Washington Street.
Okay.
Let me see, how densely packed is this area? Oh, that's plenty.
Well, what is your objective with all of this? Are you trying to shake a tail? Or are you trying to?
I am trying to both provide plausibility for where I'm going.
Okay.
And an alternative target.
Okay. What's your alternative target?
I am trying to give anybody who's watching me the idea that Aiden is staying at this Comfort Inn.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a manipulation and subterfuge then. Yeah. Difficulty 7.
Any sort of advantages or boosts because of the previously successful lie?
That's why it's only a difficulty 7.
Okay. Manipulation subterfuge, you said?
We'll
spend another willpower on this.
Okay.
You have 7?
Yes.
2 successes. 3 successes.
So 3 total with willpower. All right. So that is a factor that will go into if anybody is actively trying to watch and or follow you, especially via those sort of means.
So, yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna head in there. I'm gonna spend about 30 minutes at the Comfort Inn. Basically just loitering. Striking up a conversation with somebody, and it's like giving myself
front desk clerk, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go somewhere that's not visible from the outside. Spend several minutes in there. Bathroom, play something on my phone.
Right.
And then I am going to stealth back to my car.
Okay.
Grab all my stuff out of it. And use city running to grab all my stuff out of it and use city running to then traverse Denver to a different location entirely where I'm going to call Sal, or I'm going to call somebody to come pick me up.
Okay.
So that I can basically just like rather than staying there and giving them a night, rather than staying there or taking my car, stealth out and then walk across the rooftops to a different parking lot somewhere across town.
Give me a dexterity and stealth difficulty 6 then.
Dexterity, stealth. Try to see. Nope. Okay. I'm assuming my preternatural grace dexterity specialization doesn't help me here.
No, it would.
Oh, what? Okay, cool. Then I'll take that.
Yeah,
specialty.
I'll say it would in this case. Yep, because you're trying to move quietly, avoid, and you're dealing with less than just flat terrain. So not a botch, but you do not feel like you are doing great.
Oh well.
Yep. But you
yeah.
do your best and you get to another place.
Yeah, and with city running, it doesn't really matter how stealthy I am because it's difficult to follow if you're not a glass walker.
It's true. All right.
And then when I get out of the place, I'm just gonna catch a ride back out to the
okay, like take an Uber or something, or
no, nothing that requires me to leave a data trail. So, like, and I if they have them in Denver, I have no idea if they do. I will hop actual taxis, and just like go a few blocks in one, swap to another one, go a few blocks in one until I'm out towards the edge, and then I'll just hoof it from there.
Okay. Alrighty. I will also have Craig have Sal give me a a perception alertness difficulty 6.
Got it. Is this still sort of in the same place?
Yeah.
Alertness. 2.
With this successful interaction completed and you casting about, and also based on rolls we made last week, you're able to pick out a dove spirit also perched in one of the lower branches nearby.
Am I right in my assumption? I definitely will note that, but am I right in my assumption that with a fox spirit, it's probably best to metaphorically bite the coin to make sure it's gold?
Potentially.
I will walk back over to Ingvar and say, hey, you holding up okay? I got one more little chat I gotta have, but I just wanted to check in on you first.
Yeah, I can wait a bit longer.
All right. Hey, listen, I'll be right back. And I spend a point of gnosis.
Okay.
And say, did I ever tell you that my first name's not actually Salvatore? It's actually Salacious. Isn't that fucked up?
I don't know how this gift functions. So
Ingvar, give me a wits and empathy.
I am lying.
Difficulty
to
6.
I am lying to you.
I figured as much, but I don't know what the effects of this gift are. Wits, empathy, diff 6. I have 2 successes.
All right.
All right.
You gotta beat 2 there, Salama boy.
All right. Let me see if I'm doing this right. Wow, that is 3 successes on a tremendous amount of dice, but
Yep.
still.
Well, but also your specialty of bullshit definitely applies here. So
Okay.
total of 5.
Oh, that's a lot of ones, no matter. Okay, yeah. All right, so 5.
Ingvar, there's apparently Sal's shitty ass parents named him Salacious Mararo, and he just goes by Sal.
I feel so bad for you.
I don't tell a lot of people for obvious reasons, but I appreciated how that went back there, so I just I kind of wanted to share. Anyway, got that
I will
off my
continue
chest.
He
to call
also
you
has a
Up in his
weird
voice.
sense of reciprocity, apparently.
I will continue to call you Salvatore for all intents and purposes.
I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
All right.
I gotta go
But-
talk to Miss Boyd.
Is that so? Is the way that this gift works just I believe that, or I have no real reason to believe that it's a lie?
You have no real reason to believe it's a lie because he is apparently carrying it off, and 2 successes on wits and empathy was apparently not enough to penetrate the veil of bullshit.
Okay.
But-
So-
but
Yeah,
mechanically,
Whether or not she thinks that's true, she doesn't have a reason to disbelieve it.
mechanically, what it does is it doubles my manipulation score.
Cool.
Your subterfuge score, not your
Subterfuge,
manipulation.
sorry.
Yeah, your subterfuge score specifically. Yeah. All right. But the dove spirit just kind of regards you with mild interest as you approach.
I wasn't sure if it was like it'll make you believe absolute bullshit, or
No, nope.
It
But-
will
but
make it will make you believe, I guess, that I believe it. like if I told you that the sky was blue, you would be 100% convinced that the sky was blue unless you had ever seen the sky, I guess.
You mean
Right?
some color different than blue?
I was gonna say.
Wait, what color is the sky?
Apparently, this gift works on yourself as well.
Oh my god, am I colorblind?
I was saying, yeah, no. I mean, Pacific Northwesty, it's gray, so
Yep.
it's not blue at all. It's just gray.
Fuck
Yep.
yes, it is. What is this blue you're talking
Yeah,
about?
what do you blue
All right.
sky? It's
All
gray
right, let me
sky.
go talk to this orange bird.
But it's just kind of looking at you.
All right. What would be the appropriate honorific for a dove? Do I have any idea?
Nope. Mm-mm.
All right. Do I know if this is a
What would be
just-
the
just-
appropriate honorific for a dove?
Hello there. If I might petition you for some of your time, honored friend, I have brought you something. And Sal will cross himself and then reach into his bag and pull out a bottle of sacramental wine.
It'll
And we'll
kind of peck the cap or
yeah, we'll
cork
we'll,
or whatever. I don't know
yeah,
what closes sacramental wine.
we'll uncork it and say I can leave it as such, or I can pour out some, whatever you would prefer.
Pour.
Right. I will find a suitable receptacle and we'll pour some in if I can find a little knot in a tree or something that
Mhm.
would receive it.
Yeah, you can find a spot. Interestingly, as you begin to pour, the liquid evaporates before it even hits and just starts to begin to swirl up around the dove and vanish into sort of spiritual ether for a bit.
Okay.
What do you need? This one is happening in spirit speech, by the way.
This one is what?
This one is happening in spirit speech, by the way.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And then in spirit speed, Sal will say, I find myself recently seeking greater insight into myself and into those around me. I know that search for the self can only happen by my own hand, but with the assistance of God and Gaia. But insight into others is something I find that I lack, and I would appreciate the hand of God and the hand of Gaia to be with me in those times. I would ask that you help me to see others' true selves as represented by the divine that flows through them. And I am asking to learn Face of the Saints, I think it's called.
Image of the Saints. Yep.
Image of the Saints. Yeah.
Such knowledge is attainable. It will take a task on your part. And as you complete this task, ultimately, in the end, you will have the power and knowledge you seek. Will you accept this?
course, I am given to service.
How many are in your family? Your pack currently?
He was about to give. He was about to ask a question, and then in response to the clarification, he nods. What do we have? 7 currently.
Mhm.
Yeah, 7.
Would he still count? Would he still count Anya and Hakao?
Well, with would I understand what is meant by currently?
That is, I mean, that is a question of your own answering.
So,
Yeah.
he
So
would
you
say,
can
he would
describe
say-
it as needed.
He would say 9 then.
9. Very well.
7 with us to a far away.
Then of the 7 with you, once you have genuinely, sincerely, with no thought of avoidance or deflection, deception, or
Looking nervous.
Yep. Once you have striven to make peace between yourself and the other 6, then the knowledge you seek will be fully imparted to you.
There is a long pause. And then Sal says, "Are you sure I can't just do some Hail Marys or no response, I assume.
There's a faint burble like doves do. Once that is completed, then you will have it.
All right. And that's just so we're clear. How do I go about that?
Part of the knowledge of the self is learning how to interact with others. You will know it is finished when you hold the gift.
All right. Thank you. You do like a ride along kind of deal, or
You will know.
Sal will cross himself again and kneel.
And then the dove explodes suddenly into a number of other smaller doves, and they just out into the umbral woods.
Suddenly it's John Woo in here.
Sal walks
No,
away.
Sal did not leap through the air whilst firing 2 guns.
Yet.
Not today.
Not
today.
today. It's valid. Not today.
I've never fired a gun up in the air whilst going, All right, I will rejoin Ingvar.
All right. With that, I think everybody in the Umbra, at least, has completed pretty much everything they were looking for.
Believe so. Aiden was just there accompanying people. So
Right.
meet back up. Everybody good?
Ingvar nods. I have a task I need to accomplish, which means I'm going to need to do some mountain climbing soon.
Right.
Exploded a dove.
What happened to your face?
Please tell me the dove was okay with that.
When Mordecai sees Ingvar, she is gonna start approaching to examine the wound. How bad is Ingvar still?
I don't think she even took a point of lethal damage from that.
Yeah, was it just aggravated or bashing?
It would have been effectively bashing damage.
Okay.
Yep.
She's still in her breed form though.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I mean, it hasn't gone away yet
Mhm.
because she hasn't
Mhm.
shifted out of it, but
Yeah, but
it doesn't
can
look like it's bothering her at all. It's just
Right.
like a small slash on her face on
And
both
can
sides.
Mordecai tell if that's going to be something that would just heal with a shift?
Yeah, you'd be able to tell that that's something that would
Okay.
just heal with a shift. Yep.
She'll
Mhm.
get close enough to kind of ascertain that and then just stop. She won't say anything.
To answer Alex, who did ask something about it,
Mhm.
she'll say, "These are the things that you deal with when you speak with those we have wronged in the past."
There was a real big fucking bear.
Ah. Fair. Anything else? We obviously can help you with that if you're allowed. Anybody else something we need help? The pack needs to help with.
I have 2 tasks that I need to accomplish. Just one is simply an influence on my decision making for the foreseeable next few weeks, and then another is I need to ascend the highest mountain and place an effigy.
Okay.
Highest mountain nearby, specifically.
The
So
highest mountain nearby. So.
yeah.
I need to take a trip.
Yeah, I gotta run to Nepal real quick.
It would
Real
not.
quick.
It would not be the first World of Darkness campaign where we have just run off to across an ocean for
This
an
is
episode.
true.
Would Mordecai know which mountain that is, Jack?
If it's described that way, it sounds like where you would be going is just a particular high point nearby, called, where is it? El Dorado Mountain.
Okay.
Mhm.
You want El Dorado Mountain,
Thank you, Moriko.
of course.
All right. Unless anybody has anything else, let's head back.
Okay.
Granya's probably coming to meet with us, and we should talk.
Mordecai's going to try to activate her mirror shades.
All right. Roll your gnosis difficulty. I forget what it is on the mirror shades again.
I think it's 6 to activate the mirror shades.
Where's my mirror shades? Oh, I forgot to click that off.
It's the level of the fetish.
It's on page 222.
It's a Gnosis 7.
7.
7.
Mhm.
Yep. So yeah, gnosis difficulty 7.
Nope.
Okay.
Can't get the
So
one.
you can either spend a point of gnosis to activate them, or you can roll to step sideways at difficulty 6, I believe. That's what we established the gauntlet was here.
Yep. She's going to try to step across, and I'm going to use 1 willpower.
Okay.
So 6, he says. 6.
Mhm.
Yep. 2
So
successes.
2 successes. So it only takes you guys a little bit of time.
Mhm. Not quite as
and
smooth as her usual, though.
Not quite as smooth, no. But you guys get back across into the reel just outside the place y'all are staying. With the time to reconvene and such there, I would say if Grania is on foot.
Oh, once I'm like outside the city limits and I'm on foot, I will over the totem phone. By the way, had to ditch my car, so if anyone wants to come pick me up when y'all get back, I'm on the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Grania, I'm real sorry that we made you wait.
There's no response because I don't know what he means by that.
And then out loud, not over the totem phone, to the others that are standing beside him on the heels of that, said, actually, about that, I just want to tell all y'all, because I don't enough, I love you all. my family. And I'm real sorry if anything I've ever said has made you feel that I was acting in a way that you didn't like.
Wits plus empathy, please.
Right? Yeah, with empathy. Yep.
And I will immediately try to use Image of the Saints.
What's the difficulty on wits and empathy?
6.
Assuming reading emotions applies as a specialty.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, 3
Ingvar's
successes.
not even gonna
Two.
try. She's just gonna let Sal do what he feels like doing.
So that will be 4 total.
Okay.
Now, that's sweet. Oh,
The gift does not activate yet
Okay.
for Sal.
All right, fuck it. Let's get going.
No, legit. I want an answer. What does
Yeah,
that
right.
emotion
Yeah.
read mean?
Yeah, well, yeah. What does
We
Mordico
don't
get off him with 3 successes?
With
I
Sal,
mean, it is like the stereotypical bad YouTuber apology. Like he's saying he's sorry that you got offended.
Mhm.
Not that he's sorry for anything he did. He's technically saying sorry, but he's not actually expressing anything meaningful behind it. I will say the first part about I love you guys, that did seem genuine.
Okay.
And then it just sort of descended into a bunch of like
Mhm.
word like utterly nutritionless word soup.
Nutritionless word soup.
Aiden actually seems to relax a little bit at that.
give Sal a hug and then quietly say, "Can I drive?"
Mordecai will look at Sal.
Okay. Yes.
No, it's okay. You can
No,
try.
no. You
No,
have it.
no, you can do.
You.
Okay. So like so there's a hug and then can I drive?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nice.
Sal squeezes back and goes, I am so proud of you right now. And then when he realizes that this is going on, how about y'all split it? Boxcars, you start off, and then we'll switch halfway. How about that?
Good.
Or one of us could drive there and one could drive back.
That's good too.
Yep. Do you want to go first?
which is mathematically where halfway would be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As opposed to like stopping in the middle of the road at some
Right.
point.
It's like,
Yeah.
all right, I think we're halfway to where Grania is. So you're gonna hop out. And then on the way back, everybody bookmark this place where we are so we know where we need to switch again.
But see, if you don't
after
do that, you don't get the you don't have both of them getting the driving there and driving back experience.
All right. So anyway, you guys
after-
do agree to split the
Oh, Jack, you okay? You are at least for
You
me,
roboted there
yeah,
for a
no, I
second.
Yeah,
said
you
just
robot.
split the sorry. Yeah. You guys agree to split the driving and
After I just wanted to check real quick after that moment of genuine emotion and really kind of philodoxing his way through a thorny issue, he's gonna try Image of the Saints again.
nothing.
Okay, damn it. All right,
Wow.
thought I had it that time.
You haven't even talked to Grania yet.
I said I'm sorry that we haven't come and gotten you yet. Boom.
And
He's trying to
Grania,
rules lawyer
confused.
his way through emotional.
And Grania,
No.
confused, did not reciprocate.
If that had been any other kind of spirit, maybe. That was a fucking dove spirit.
Can't rules lawyer a dove on emotional
No.
growth.
I feel like
It
that
is
fox real
chaotic
proud of me,
good.
though.
Oh yeah, the
But you
fox is
guys
probably
are-
plenty proud.
Yeah. But you guys are able to go pick up Grania and get her back to
I will insist that either Sal or I drive back, and I will explain
No.
I've got explosives. I do not want early time drivers driving the
They're not
car
getting-
while I've got explosives.
Yeah, your explosives ain't getting in the car, so we're gonna find a place to stash those.
Oh no, the
They're not
explosives are
getting in
coming
my
with me.
Escalade. Well, then have a nice walk.
I mean, I've already been in my car with explosives before.
Yeah, I've been in your car. They're not getting in my car.
Yeah, look, Aiden's got a pair of people that were salivating at the jaws to get a hold of him when they were talking to me. This C4 is coming with for his safety.
No, it's not. For our sake, you're not taking the C4 in the car.
I love
See,
every
Sal,
moment
this is
of
why
this.
nobody likes you. And I
Uh,
start
you know
walking.
Sal,
See? Thank you.
I start walking.
No. All right.
have a good walk.
Will do.
Dakota.
Stop. You can't walk back by yourself.
We're going to drive real slow.
She'll be fine.
And then get pulled over by the cops because you're acting
Yeah,
freaky.
no, this will be fine. I'll walk with her.
But you were gonna drive back.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, you
I'm
get to drive next time.
I drove a bunch already. It's fine.
Okay, but
Hey,
you can drive
Hey,
next time.
hey,
okay?
how about you two drive back? I'll walk with Grania.
Oh God.
I've already like ducked into the woods off the road at this
No,
point.
I know. I know. I know.
No, we need someone responsible to assist when we're driving. So don't, get thrown out of a bar again. I'll walk.
Hey, boxcars.
Yeah.
You're plenty responsible. Both of you haven't had a single accident. You're gonna be fine. All right. Just take it. Just be careful. You guys will love it. Seriously. Take it back. I'll walk with Grania. We got some stuff to talk about.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
I'll take the car.
Okay.
All right.
So meanwhile, back at the house.
Fuck!
Ingvar looks over, looks at who's around.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Mordecai
God
does the same
damn
thing and
it!
says, noted.
Goddess motherfucking. Mm. Yo, y'all supposed to keep me from making dumb decisions like this. I'm just saying. Fine.
In
How
this instance,
how much? No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not gonna say
don't
it.
finish that
I'm not gonna say
sentence. Do not finish that sentence. I will stop you from finishing that sentence.
Thank you. Now you're getting better. You're stopping me from making bad decisions. It'll be fine, I'm sure.
But we'll say eventually. Everybody gets back to the house.
Totally fine. We were good. This is fun.
Alex and Dakota get there first, and then
They
3
definitely
hours
do.
later.
Uh-huh.
I know you are desperately trying to move us along, Jack. Can we retroactively at some point have a conversation between Sal and Grania as they're walking?
Yeah.
Does not need to be now.
Okay.
I mean, it can be, unless you've got something.
Yeah,
very specific
I don't
to
know what your timing is, Jack.
I mean, what's it like? Is it intended to be an in-depth conversation about something? What are we doing? We can do it now, or we can do it retroactively. You guys decide.
Sal will sort of go and catch up and say, "You're not pissed off about the whole thing with the car, right?"
I'm pissed off about a couple of things, Sal.
All right, let's hear them.
I mean, what the fuck? I'm assuming that I got out of the room before I heard whatever explanation Sal had for using Hush,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
I, the player, wasn't there. So
Yep. Mm-hmm.
that's probably the most obvious what the fuck. You don't
You're gonna have to be more specific.
use your gifts that are meant for fooling your enemy on your pack mates. Like,
Out of character question.
Yeah.
My understanding is that's exactly what Hush is for. mechanically it like works better on your pack mates.
I mean, mechanically, it works better on your pack mates.
Doesn't mean
That
that's what
doesn't
it's for.
that does not that does in no way invalidate Granya's perspective
Okay,
as
I
a valid
just-
perspective
yeah.
someone could have.
All right.
Like, you pitched a fit and tried to silence everyone in the room, or tried to silence Aiden. Because I don't even know why. You're making us look bad.
I'm trying
And
to
then,
keep,
yes, also the car.
I'm trying to keep tempers calm.
It
People
didn't look
blow
like
up.
it.
What? Hey, I was the only one not shouting.
No, I was the only one not shouting.
You out the door. That's a whole separate conversation.
Yeah, I was out the door the minute you started. Anyways. But yes, also the car. You're acting like I'm gonna like. I don't want people that aren't experienced driving while I got explosives in a car, because I don't want to get into a wreck and have to explain the explosives. Not because the explosives are going to go off. I know my fucking job.
I ain't seen you blow up nothing. So that's good so far. But you gotta understand, it's a little unnerving to be driving with him in a car.
Yeah.
No reflection on you. I want to make that real clear. Not a lack of faith in you. It's just kind of a, no ice cream in the back seat rule kind of thing.
It's also a little unnerving to be staring down what seemed like a very bloodthirsty Arun and his best friend. So, by myself, and convincing them that we're heading in the other direction.
Why
But
don't
I
you
still
tell
do
us a
my
little
job.
bit more about that? I assume you're going to fill us all in on that more when we get back to the.
Yeah, when we get back, I figure tell the story once rather than 5 times.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, why I had to leave my car.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get your car back. I assume.
I mean, eventually.
You don't keep anything like that around unless you're attached to it, am I right?
Yeah, brought it all the way from Georgia. It's mine. Yeah.
Sal has Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we'll probably spend the rest of the walk in small talk.
Yeah, Sal has immediately backed off from anything more substantial.
Okay.
It didn't work quickly and easily, so that's about it for now.
Yeah, Grania noticed the lack of explanation and didn't care to push it further.
Yep.
Okay. So everybody does eventually get back to the house.
I will throw.
Important question.
Yeah.
When Dakota and Alex come back and they're asked why it's just them.
So, it's because Sal did not want. Hang on, sorry, I'm forgetting.
Alex starts it and stops.
Grania and the C4 in the car. And so he asked us to drive back.
He wanted to talk to Ganya.
Yeah.
And then the C4 is asked to be explained.
Ganya brought C4. That's my only explanation for that one.
Because why?
Because Grania?
What she does. Because Grania. Mordecai looks over at Dakota and does the epic handshake of nods of because Grania.
I'm assuming probably for setting up explosives potentially in the future. There are plenty of reasons we might need explosives.
I really hate that I'm going to have to institute a no explosives in the house rule.
Too late.
I was going to say, Mordecai already starts looking around.
I'm fairly certain that Grania's already had explosives in this house.
Yeah.
There's a whole ass yard that and the like that can be put in.
You want to leave explosives out in the open, Aiden?
Better than blowing us up, yes.
A competent demolitionist will never have you in danger of their own explosives.
She is competent.
I have no doubt of that. A competent explosivist does not put explosives with people who are untrained, which all of us are.
I mean, all of you are.
I wasn't including you in that, Ingvar. I assume that you are qualified in the use of basically anything that can kill someone.
That is not inaccurate.
Yeah.
She's got 3 dots in craft. It's not all singing.
This is why all the explosives are in component parts and not fully assembled yet.
So anyways.
But anyway,
Yeah.
eventually,
yes,
everybody
you guys
gets
get
back.
As I walk to the door, I throw a flak vest on the middle of the floor and go fight over it.
It should go to the Alrune.
If
That's
you want
not
to,
incorrect.
if you want to dedicate it to me, I'll take it.
I will. Come with me. And she will dedicate that
Well
to
fought.
Ingvar. Congrats, Ingvar. You have a dedicated vest.
All
It,
right.
it
And-
goes so well with my dedicated tank top.
Yep, Mordecai is a very straight up no fuss ritual of it. It's so brief and it is exacting. There's no flourishes whatsoever.
Afterward, Ingvar will ask, were those shades a gift from family?
No. There's a glasswalker. I was told it was a joke. There's something funny about them.
I wouldn't worry yourself about it.
I
Take
don't.
what you have and own it, regardless of whatever anyone else might think of it.
That's why everyone gets one word. Except Sal.
Is this in earshot or no?
Probably
If
not.
they
I think
if they
this is
if they stayed
elsewhere.
in the same room, probably, but most likely she would have taken it off to a corner to focus on dedicating it to Ingvar.
Okay.
What's the rating on a flak vest and or dexterity penalty if it has any?
It's just one. Hang on, I'm wearing one. Hang on.
Really? You wear it well.
I'm not wearing it right now, but I have to. I think it's just one, or is it
That
two?
sounds about right.
It's one, but hang on, let me pull it up. I feel like it's just one, but I want to double check.
Flak vest rating is 4. Dexterity penalty is 2. It's a Kevlar vest, isn't it?
Yeah, Kevlar vest.
Kevlar vest rating is 3. Dexterity penalty 1.
There it is. Reinforced clothing is 1. Dexterity penalty none. That's it.
So, how was your trip into this city?
Oh, eventful! I lost my car. So
I heard. We'll get it back. It's in a place where we can get it back, right?
it's parked at a hotel that I hopefully convinced some people you're staying at. So might not be able to get it back, but if it does get destroyed, hopefully it'll go up with a bang. Fuck. All my explosives.
You got more
There's
explosives
another.
in camp?
Oh,
Yeah, my toolbox. Anyways.
Because I was thinking maybe it'd be worth getting it towed, then we could pick it up from the
that's my suggestion.
impound lot.
Also, we don't want a car to explode in a hotel parking lot right now.
Well, I wasn't intending on leaving it anywhere, but anyways, so I was at my apartment getting my stuff, and I get a
Mhm.
buzz from someone from the GM pack, which, if I recall correctly, is Gaia's
Guys,
Mercenaries.
mercs, yes.
Yeah. No clue who the fuck this is, but invite him up.
Fair.
Leave a little present by the door just in case things get hairy. Open the door and two people, Patch and
Long barrel.
Patch and Long Barrow, based on the deed names, I'm
Right.
assuming medic and sniper. Jack, you can't generally tell what auspice people are except by their
Nope.
demeanor, right? Yeah.
Nope.
Like, yeah.
Would I know those?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Mordecai and Aiden both know.
I mean,
Don't they?
you guys both recognize them as members of
Right.
of Bloodbane's pack. Yeah.
Hmm.
You probably wouldn't know their auspice though.
Yeah, I was like, do they know them any better than that?
Not necessarily. I mean, not
Okay.
unless. Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't tell by looking, but the dude was big. Anyways.
Yeah, he's scary.
He wasn't
Yeah.
big. He was tall.
Yeah.
Tall is big.
Yeah.
When you're 5'8".
I mean, legit.
Let's see.
He's scary. When she's angry, she's scarier.
yeah. So they were really interested in me hooking up with the out of towners.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know where we were, what we were doing, where we were hanging out, who our friends were, if we had any family in town, that kind of conversation. I spun him on, told him we were bar hopping, told him we were doing pub crawls, and that we were heading out to deal with an ex's ex up in Hudson. I think it was Hudson, Northeast. Then after they left about 30 minutes, I'm assuming they're watching me because they want to follow me back to you.
Right.
So I take a spin up to Hudson, put on a show about talking to people on the phone, make it seem like you call me, answer the phone, have a conversation with myself, la-di-do, la-di-da, go to pull off, stop at a hotel, go inside, waste a little time inside, long enough, hopefully, for someone to confirm that you're there or confirm
Right.
that we're there or something. Then snuck out, ran across the rooftops to the other side of the city, taxi hopped out to the edge, walked the rest of the way.
Okay.
They might have seen me exit on account of the fact that I accidentally tripped over a family and their dog.
Okay.
Dogs like me. But aside from that, I don't know how many rooftop runners we got in Denver, but it wouldn't have been easy to follow me once I hit a wall.
Do I know their tribes?
Do you know the tribes of each of those?
Those two. Yes.
Two. You can roll intelligence and alertness, I would say.
Alertness. Okay.
Yeah, difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7.
Oh no.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Oh well, they're clearly like a red talon and a fucking
Child of Gaia.
bunyip. I don't
Oh,
know.
geez. A Wendigo.
We have white
There we go.
howlers.
Yeah, original, not spiral dancer. It's
No.
an actual white howler
Yeah, there
Okay.
you
Found
go.
them, guys.
and a
Throw a
mokle.
tinner back.
But yeah, so did my best to throw them off the scent as I could. Obviously, keep an eye out.
Yep.
Because if anybody talks about, hey, did y'all see an out of towner get thrown towards a mountain? Possibly might come looking this way.
So we
Do
need
you
to
want-
dodge. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you want me to see where they are now? I can find
Yes.
possibly one of them.
Yes.
How well would I potentially know their like a full name of one
Not
of these?
not necessarily, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the same. Because I don't think Aiden does either.
No, I probably
Hmm.
not.
No, okay, so I don't know if I can actually see. I mean, I know the name, and it never says the full name.
I
No.
did
So it's so unspecific.
I did
right.
tell them that the out of towners had already made their stop in at the Sept. So that seemed to irritate at least irritate Patch. So there might be
That's
something.
kind of true and kind of not, though.
I mean,
Is,
I just
Three
said
of
the out
us,
of town. I just
all
said
of
the out of
us
towners
except
stopped in
for Sal and I have.
Standard.
there. I said the out of towners stopped in there. Not all of the out of towners stopped in there.
Did it annoy them, or were they more annoyed because they knew you weren't telling the truth?
I think the fact that they had already stopped in annoyed them, like they missed their
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, if they were
Well-
looking to catch someone as they entered the sept and get them at the best advantage to
True.
corner them, they missed their chance.
Here's
well-
the thing.
While this is going on, Moriko is going to pull out her map and unstring her necklace and get started.
does
Okay.
Moriko express anything about needing a name, or that's all internal?
No, she already knows. She knows Patch and Long Barrel, and she just heard their names. But she might have said, yeah, I guess you could say out loud. Aiden, do you remember their names outside of their deed names?
No, only Isabel's.
Oh, does that help?
It can. It makes it clearer. Yes.
I will pull out my little phone book, and I will. Let's see, how does this work? Wits and enigmas. The willpower of the person or entity that you want to call. So I'll try it, I guess,
That-
for Long Barrel first.
Does it give you their full name or just their phone number?
I think he's going
Phone
to call
number,
them, and then
but
he's going to try to scam them.
No, but you
That
get a
would be
phone
hilarious.
number, and you can take a phone number, and with a little finesse, you can figure out who owns that phone number.
It's true. Unless it's a burner phone.
Actually, hold on, it might do names.
No, because I think, don't you need the name of the person? That's why you couldn't find Tracy. Because you couldn't get her
Yeah, but
full
we
name.
have, well, no, that's a little different. That's my that was my big black book. This is Gaia's phone book. We
Oh, I
have
see.
technically combined them into one item, but Gaia's phone book contains the phone numbers of Garu and Kin, and as well as spirits, sites in the Umbra, and even some cairns. So I'll leave up to Jack whether the entry has full names or what. But I assume the way that the Guy's phone book works, deed names would work, but maybe I'm wrong. That seems like a true name.
So is the objective that you're trying to find a name? Because that is not, because the function of this.
The objective is to
not,
find the phone number, but the name would be a great bonus.
Yeah, no, because the way these things work is that it finds you a phone number. So you can't use this to get a name. You can use it to get a phone number. That's what its function is.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Is to get a phone number.
Yeah, for both of them.
Okay. For both of them?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like
difficulty
ideally,
of-
I'd like to make two separate rolls.
Okay. But I mean, the way these fetishes work, the roll gets you a certain type of information.
Yeah.
A phone number. So so it doesn't matter what roll you make. Success will only ever get you a phone number because that's how this works.
That's fine. Right. I want their phone numbers. Like I said.
Okay. You can make those rolls and get the phone numbers if they succeed. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Difficulty. I'll do long barrel first.
Okay.
Difficulties are willpower.
Difficulty is their willpowers. For long barrel, the difficulty will be 5.
Okay. 4 successes.
You've got a phone number.
All right. Write it down and then flip through looking for patches.
Patch difficulty will be 6.
4 successes.
Got a phone number there as well.
Fantastic. Okay. So I'll say, well, I got phone numbers. And I'll look over at Grania. Say, hey, New Coke, how are you at doing reverse index searches?
I just hold a hand out towards the numbers.
I'll toss the pad of paper over to Grania.
Grania is fully expecting these to come up with like generic names that are not actually associated with anything relevant, but she will see if she can do an ownership search via phone records and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go ahead and give me intelligence and computers. Difficulty 7.
So reduced by 2 because of my computer aptitude. That makes it 5.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find names for owners on both of these phone numbers. They are clearly just fake names that were given to get phone numbers.
Yeah. So
but
yeah. So
they yeah.
so after doing that, let's go burners.
Yeah. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Mordecai will still try doing the right with just patch first.
Okay.
In
And then
this case, we also missed 100% of the shots we did take.
and then it just says standard roll. What's that? What am I doing? Gnosis?
Mm-hmm. No, standard because it's a right, correct?
Oh yes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's a right. Yep.
You know, New Pope, what I admire most about you is your can-do attitude.
Oh, don't I already have this one on here?
You might.
I think I already have right of the questing stone somewhere in here. This bazillion. Nope, I must have taken it off. I have cardboard palace. Cool, good times. Okay, what am I rolling?
So right of the questing stone is
Like the idea of Mordecai just doing cardboard palace instead.
Just curls up under the map. It's fine. She said a day. It's fine.
Yep, which is a mystic right.
Mm-hmm.
So the dice pool for mystic rights is
in response to while you're looking that up, in response to Sal's can-do attitude line, the response is, I mean, incendiary explosive device has all the same letters as can-do in it.
wits and rituals, difficulty 7 for right of the questing stone.
If a frog had wings, we'd have to change the taxonomy.
One success.
One success. Seems to be pulling in a roughly southeasterly direction.
How close?
It doesn't seem to be moving right now, so you can't really tell.
Okay, yeah, as I said, but it should be pulled over a part of the map. Where is it pulled?
So
it's kind of like the dowsing kind of thing, where she should get a sense of where it belongs.
Let me
it's a locator. It's not just a relative. It does say that it
standard
it locates
roll,
the general direction on its exact position. Yeah, so
right. General location, right? Yeah,
yeah.
But not exact position. General location is probably somewhere in the outskirts of Denver. So,
but not where Grania had led them, or at least doesn't look close enough anyway.
Does not seem to be exact. Does not seem to be where Grania had led them. No.
Right. Not nearly as north. Okay. And then she's gonna try again for long barrel.
Long barrel. Okay. Go ahead and make that roll.
Another success.
No, one success. That one does seem to be still outskirts of Denver, but closer to where Grania had led.
Okay. I don't think they're together anymore. Long Barrel might be watching your car. I don't know where this other one is.
Okay.
Somewhere in Denver.
Well, I left my car in like downtown.
Maybe the hotel.
Yeah, that was downtown.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, for now, we just need to dodge them as much as possible. It may hit a point where we're not able to do that. But my hope and the only plan I see that I get out of the that I managed to deal with Isabel without bloodshed is not that this is the primary reason to do it, but it just works out well if we can stop this spiral problem and everything with that. We will have garnered up enough goodwill with the Sept that she won't necessarily have everybody on her side, and I can potentially have a conversation with her because she won't be able not to. Otherwise, it's going to end in bloodshed, and that is legitimately the last thing I want.
I will say, based on how they were talking to me, it doesn't seem like she's the only one in that pack that wants your blood.
Oh no, they're a pack. That's just how that's going to work.
We should be careful. Oh, go ahead, Devin.
This might be a horrible idea. I'm not suggesting that we go up and knock on her front door, but none of the rest of us, to my knowledge, except for probably Moriko, knows what Isabel looks like.
That can be fixed.
Okay. Because I think it might be better for us if we know who to keep an eye out for.
That is absolutely fair.
Good idea. Good one, Technico.
No, this is doable. This is unfortunately very, very doable. All right. And he stands up. He walks into actually no, he doesn't walk anywhere because he didn't claim a room. He walks to the corner of the room that we're all in, grabs his bags from that he pulls in from off the motorcycle, and starts going through them, pulls out an envelope and starts going through pictures in it.
Okay. Who is closest to the front door right now?
Probably Ingvar.
Roll me a perception and alertness, difficulty 6.
Perception, alertness, diff 6. Perception, alertness. Here we are. Diff 6. 2 successes.
You hear a vehicle turn off the main road and start coming up the driveway.
Ingvar just sort of puts a hand up and waves it down for everyone to go to silence. Pulls Bonamadra off the back of her belt and goes to look out the window.
Pistols are out.
Yeah.
There's
Ditto posting up by a window.
There is a classy black sedan pulling up and parks at a very normal distance from the front door in the driveway.
Aiden, I need eyes on this if this is anyone you recognize.
Yep, I'm moving up straight to the window.
Okay.
Sal, I assume the windows down here are filling up rapidly. Sal's actually going to.
There are two of them.
Yeah, but Granya's at one. Sounds like Ingvar and Aiden are at another. Sal's going to bolt upstairs to another window and try to get a little drop cover.
Okay. Individual steps out of the vehicle and begins walking up towards the front door.
What do
Anyone
they look
I
like?
Recognize?
Nobody that you recognize.
Anyone that I recognize?
Anybody? It is nobody that anybody recognizes.
What
Okay.
do they look like?
Who's looking?
Sal, as soon as he gets to the
Aiden.
window.
Yeah, Ingvar, Aiden, Grania, apparently Sal.
It's like 7 people
Okay.
looking out the window.
Well, no. Okay, I will say 3 people with the number of windows. 3 people are allowed to be looking.
So I mean, Sal's still going for the upper stairs window. So Ingvar, Aiden,
Okay.
and Grania.
Ingvar is 1. Aiden is 1.
Aiden and Grania, I guess.
And Grania.
Yep.
Okay. Ingvar, what is... I'm trying to think how to ask this question. What is your ideal physical aesthetic for another person?
For her individually,
Mhm. For Ingvar as a person.
tall, lean, well built, but with softened on the edges a bit, so that they're not just constantly looking like they're full on aggressive, but that they are battle hardened and yet also still retaining a human softness, sort of.
Okay. Aiden, what is your ideal
Jesus Christ.
physical aesthetic in another person?
See, the problem with this is I've literally never even thought of this. Get back to me. Go back.
Okay.
Go to
Grania.
the next person.
Oh no. They look like everyone.
No, Grania has an ideal. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's just not an attainable one.
I love how excited you are as a player for this.
All of
I
the
know,
above.
this is-
Just give
That
me,
is like-
just give me a
that is
quick
like
summary, guys.
My time has come.
Soft femboy.
Okay. Aiden, just quick off the cuff summary.
Immediately off the top, I'm just gonna say that he romanticizes his past enough that it is fucking I should know the name of the important characters in my backstory. Ethan.
Ethan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So somebody that looks
Somebody
has that
nature.
same vibe.
Yes.
Mhm. Yep. That's what you all see. They step very gracefully up to the door and just give 2 crisp knocks.
Is anyone else seeing the most adorable twink in the world
No,
knocking on our door?
there
That
is-
doesn't say yes.
Yeah.
That is not.
Is there
yeah,
anything that
that is-
seems
no?
off
There
about
is
this?
no reason any of you would make a comment like that because
Okay.
we are not doing that sort of metagaming.
Fair.
I feel like Grania would absolutely make
I feel like absolutely that's a comment Grania would make because
Guys,
why would that person be knocking on our
Guys.
door?
we're not having an argument. I'm saying what is happening.
All right, that's
They
very
have
fair.
given 2 knocks on the door. Who's answering?
I mean,
Dakota will
answer-
look. Okay.
Aiden will look at it because that doesn't mean he trusts this
I was about to
person.
say, doesn't matter what
Random
they look
person
like.
Absolutely
who
not.
drove
Absolutely
up,
not.
drove up
Right.
in a really nice car to their, looks back at everybody, gives a little look, opens the door, gun on the other side. Can I help you?
Good afternoon. The voice gets into your spine, gives you it's very attractive, gives anybody who hears it gets one of those very nice little prison kind of. I'm from the Community Outreach Center of the Environmental Surveys of Colorado. We work with the EPA and some other organizations to ensure that the local ecosystems are handled properly in a way that's as proper and profitable as possible for the local districts. that
Okay.
something you would be interested in at all, or?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh, okay. No worries. Can I give you my card?
You know what? Sure.
And they hand over a card.
Okay. Okay. I will put this in your, you know Aiden well enough.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be out of character not having anything, not having any innate indication of anything supernatural, since he has the
Mhm.
gift to scent of true form here?
Yeah. Sure. You can if you'd like.
Okay.
Because
If-
this is not something you were expecting.
It's
Yeah.
not something he's expecting, and it's somebody from a governmental organization in a very nice car randomly showing up at the door. Yeah.
Yeah, Mordecai's gonna try to sense
Mhm.
worm as well, because she
Perception
is
plus.
just behind Aiden, out of where the person could see her, but she's definitely gonna try to sense worm.
All right. I need to look at a character sheet real quick. Hang on
Fair.
just a second.
The difficulty is.
Can anybody else see them at this point?
Not right now. No, not yet. Especially from the upstairs, you don't have. There's the porch is covered, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't have a good look that way.
Yeah, Sal didn't expect they were coming right to the door.
Yeah. That would
No,
be
that's
two.
fair. Okay, let me see how this thing works.
I'll be honest. I just wanted to get more people's answers to that question.
Okay.
Yeah, Mordecai's definitely slightly in the shadows still. There's no way she stepped out so she could be seen.
I just
Alright.
Ingvar
For
sort
this-
of crammed
for
into
this-
the corner to one side, so difficult to see from the door.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Mordecai would
just-
definitely be trying to get a sense of how
I'm really
how,
curious
how
if
tainted.
the Lupuses would see a wolf.
Yeah, it
Morde-
depends on the lupus.
I was gonna say you'd have to get
Oh.
Mordecai's answer for that answer.
I know.
Mhm.
Well, that's why. Thus,
Yep.
my curiosity.
hence the
Okay. 4 successes on theirs, which
That's
means
concerning.
Do you need to roll for sense worm?
Changeling,
Okay.
Yeah, I
mage,
do.
or spirit.
yeah, but I don't know what the difficulty is.
no, actually, so you guys actually, so the fact that you possess these gifts is what is going to affect the roll that you guys have to make.
Yep.
So first, before you even activate your gift, go ahead and roll perception, a reflexive perception and occult difficulty 8 is what it says.
Everyone or just
Everyone
No,
everyone
no,
are-
the
Okay.
Aiden and Mordecai
okay, so
specifically.
just perception and occult difficulty.
Perception
Eight.
and occult difficulty 8. Yes.
There's one. I will take that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get an extra
Mm,
3 successes to that because you have a gift. So your total is 4 on this
Okay.
contested roll.
1.
1. Okay.
Mhm.
So it's a tie. All right.
Defender?
Tie goes to the defender, but you guys definitely have a reason with those rolls. I would say you definitely have a reason actively to now you can roll for your gifts.
Okay.
Difficulty what?
Now we can. Okay.
Difficulty
Whatever the
6.
thing is.
Standard difficulty is standard difficulty because you are confronted with an individual who's directly.
Oh no.
Mariko's getting alarm bells out the ass.
Yeah, wait, and that's with that's perception. No, okay, so no, I don't think
That would be
her thing would
2.
apply, but yeah. So what is
Hopefully
Mordecai
it's
get
a
off
vampire
of
because
6 successes?
Mm-hmm.
What did she get off
Yep.
of that one?
Mordecai got 6 successes. Aiden, you're standing face to face with somebody, and they are attractive. They are kind of fucking fantastic.
Mhm.
But you get a ring in your head that there is something not right
Okay.
about this individual that you're seeing.
Okay.
What is your wits and primal urge
Mine.
ratings of each of those? Yep.
Wits 4, primal urge 1.
Okay. All right. So yeah. That's what you guys get.
I will take the card.
So, well,
Right, so wait,
I don't know if it was made clear. With does Moriko sensing worm?
Yeah, I was gonna say she's
Yeah.
got 6 successes. Can she?
Yeah.
How deep worm does she sense in there?
Very,
Like-
extremely.
Okay.
Like more than you're getting more worm than you're getting person.
Okay. At that, she is going to actually shift into lupus, and she
Okay.
is going to growl,
All
and
right.
she's going to say over the telephone, "Worm."
And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.